Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I am Office Bloke Dave, I think.
I'm Office Bloke Mike, definitely.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
There you go. Collectively, we are the Office Blokes, not we've got the Office Blokes. I was half trying to think of something clever to say, and then half just...
It's hard for you, that.
It
be a
really
while.
is a struggle.
Maybe next week.
Unless I've pre-thought it, then it goes to pot. We are the Office Blokes, and Office Bloke Mike is going to tell you something very interesting.
Oh, well, we've got a Patreon channel, if that's what you mean. Go to patreon.com, go on Office Blokes React, and we've got loads of tiers there, starting at £1.50, block content, exclusive stuff on there. So if you want to support the channel, that'll be absolutely amazing. So go down there and check it out.
I think there's loads of exclusive stuff on there as well now, isn't there?
More and more at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah,
we've got
quite a
key
lot.
peels, have we? What else have we got?
We're doing a Q&A, aren't we? With each one individual.
Oh, of course.
An individual Q&A. Getting
Yeah.
to know the Office Blokes.
Absolutely. So yeah, got any questions, send them in.
Nice. Right, Mike Tyson's intimidating aura.
He's very intimidating. He's probably one of the scariest people on the planet when he was in his heyday.
Oh, easily. I think he beat most of them just by his look, didn't he? In the way, he just stood there. Unbelievable.
He's a big podcaster now, isn't he?
He is?
Yeah. Hotboxing with Mike Tyson. Just sits and smokes weed with people.
Does he?
Yeah. He's had Bill Burr on it, and Bill Burr seemed like one of the only people that wasn't scared. And he was giving him shit.
Was he?
Other people are kind of sat there like, don't want to get knocked out. But he seems to self-medicate quite well, so he doesn't rip people's heads off. I like Mike Tyson, though. He's just an absolute savage.
Like I say, definitely in his pomp, he was, a beast.
Biggest sports person for me in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a thing the other day that when he retired from boxing, I think he was in debt a lot of money because he got screwed, I think, Don King, and then other like legal issues that he had and things.
Yeah.
And now, I think with the Tyson Ranch and the weed he grows and his podcast and everything, he's worth tens of millions again.
One of
now.
his,
Really?
One of his exes, was it Robin Givens, caused him a few issues, didn't she?
Really?
Over the years, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, we'll get into it. Mike Tyson's intimidating aura. Let's do it.
Mike Tyson used his intimidating aura to
Size
give
up neck.
himself an added advantage before and during a fight.
I was beating guys off of just pure brute strength and intimidation. Most guys were just pretty much intimidated. They lost the fight before they even got hit.
After menacing pre-fight quotes and behavior,
If he doesn't die, it doesn't count.
Tyson would eye up his opponents from the moment he entered the ring, and he often sensed fear by looking at their body language and facial expressions.
I walk around the ring, but I never take my eyes off my opponent. I keep my eyes on him, even if he's ready and pumping. He can't wait to get his hands on me as well. I keep my eyes on him, I keep my eyes on him, I keep my eyes on him. Then once I see a chink in his armor, boom, and one of his eyes may move, and then I know I have him. Then when he comes to the center of the ring, he still looks at me with his piercing look, and as if he's not afraid, but he already made that mistake when he looked down for that 1/10 of a second. I know I had him.
Tyson scored many
That face staring at you.
Great,
is
innit?
just terrifying.
You just turn around when you say, I'm
out.
forget it. Take the money.
If there was anyone ever designed for a sport, it's Tyson for boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't he? It really was.
I'd have him looking at me in the ring like that, and I'd go, "Oh, my ankle!" I'd roll my ankle out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, there was bigger boxers, weren't there? Taller and maybe a bit bigger build, but I mean, he was just the whole package. Like I say, his arms, his neck, his
legs.
look he had,
The power he got from his legs. The power he got from his legs.
I know his actual style and everything. It was just unbelievable.
Proper scary guy.
Yeah.
quick and brutal knockouts throughout his whole career.
That's the one.
22 of them coming at the very first round, and having a reputation as a devastating power puncher that could end a fight in the blink of an eye further enhanced his intimidating aura.
That was a right to the body and an uppercut to the head, and Burbick is down. It's over. That's all, and we have a new era in boxing.
The best example of Tyson's intimidation affecting an opponent before a fight.
So far forward it was then.
I saved up all my money when I was a kid. I was about 15 when this happened, 16 maybe. And I saved up all my money from where I was working to try and get a few £100 together, like working in the bars. And to put it on Michael Spinks to beat him, because I was convinced Michael Spinks was the only one that was going to beat him.
Look at this. He's sort of like got half a smile on his face. He still looks menacing there, doesn't he? From the eyes.
That's what's sinister about it. It's like, I'm going to kill you, but I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
We definitely enjoyed his work.
But I thought I was going to get a big payday on this.
Did you?
Saved up loads.
Oh dear.
Came on June 27th, 1988, when he faced Michael Spinks in a huge unification fight for all 4 heavyweight championship belts.
Now we'll see who's the champion and who's the chump.
Both men were undefeated. Tyson held the WBC, WBA, and IBF belts, while Spinks was the lineal champion. On the night of the fight, just minutes before Spinks was due to ring walk, there was chaos around Tyson's dressing room area after Butch Lewis, Spinks' manager, complained about a bump in Tyson's left glove and demanded that it be rewrapped.
Moments ago, in the dressing rooms, a major controversy erupted. You're looking at a tape shot of Butch Lewis, the manager of Michael Spinks.
Look at Butch Lewis's get up there.
I
ain't got a shirt, but I've got a collar.
Costume and a half in it.
Straight out of
Fair play.
Straight out of Liberace's closet.
I think what he did was there was no witness, so he's wrapping and putting his gloves on. So I think he wanted to get him rewrapped so he could have someone witness it there.
Make sure there's nothing in there.
Just trying to play with him, isn't he?
There was a big commotion around it, I think, at the time as well. But look at that.
It's a strong look, isn't it?
It is.
If you were going out like that, I might go out like that tonight.
I know. Like I was called Butch. He's overcompensating.
Yeah.
Went wild after he discovered that Mike Tyson had his hands taped and apparently had the gloves put on without a representative of Spinks camp being in Tyson's dressing room.
Lewis's protest over the bump delayed the fight. Tyson began pacing his dressing room, and in a moment of anger, he punched a hole through a wall, and the thudding sound was heard by Spinks in his dressing room.
Butch Lewis, who's Spinks' manager, went, as you would go into in every championship fight, the dressing room of your opponent, to watch their hands being wrapped.
I had just finished taping his hands, and so Butch Lewis tried to make a thing about it.
Which so aggravated Mike, who was already on edge, that he threw his hand out through a wall.
Spinks had heard that, and that it was the sound of Mike punching the hole through the wall which had prompted Michael to be reticent about coming into the ring.
The matter was eventually resolved when Spinks' trainer, Eddie Futch, was called in and he inspected Tyson's left glove and said that it was fine. As Butch Lewis and everyone else involved left the dressing room area, Tyson turned to his trainer, Kevin Rooney, and said, "You know, I'm gonna hurt this guy." Legendary trainer Emmanuel Stewart was at the fight and went to check on Spinks during the delay and compared him to a deer caught in the headlights.
Headlights!
In an interview from the book One Punch from the Promised Land, Stewart said, "I went into his dressing room and they couldn't even get him to come out. He was so scared. He was a nervous wreck, really freaking out."
That's really bad management, that, isn't it? Like, if he's already anxious and on edge, you've just made a whole
Just
thing.
wind him up even more.
Make him sit in the dressing room for even longer, shitting himself, waiting about it.
You could see he shit himself when he came out.
Yeah.
But Manny Stewart was a great coach, wasn't he?
Oh, it's one of the greats, wasn't he?
He was Lennox Lewis's coach, I think.
Yeah.
He's a big... Mike Tyson's a big Tyson Fury fan, you know.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah. He's talked about it quite a lot on podcasts and stuff.
20 minutes after he was originally due to ring walk, a visibly nervous Spinks left his dressing room and made his way to the ring.
Doesn't look focused, does he?
Not at all.
Mike Spinks makes his way as the crowd touches him. He has more of a look of concern on his face as he makes his way to the ring.
That's the look when you're walking into a courtroom.
Not a good look, that, is it? At all.
But you see when Tyson comes out and starts fighting him, he shits it even more.
Oh, to see this. Michael Spinks makes his way into the ring.
In contrast, Tyson marched to the ring without a robe, bare-chested and dripping with sweat, with a deafening drone noise chosen as his entrance music.
This heavy metal sound that you hear is Mike Tyson about to make his way in, I believe. The sound is deafening here in the arena, so I won't try to yell over it. It's interesting to note that Mike Tyson selected as pre-fight music just noise. Every once in a while you hear the clanging of chains. I think that's what he's got in mind to do to Mike Spinks' head, but we'll wait and see. Everything that Tyson does is intimidating.
You can feel the tension, can't you?
There he is. He comes out. He doesn't wear a coat in. He's worked up a full sweat. I want to tell you, the electricity in this crowd is awesome. I've got goose pimples on my arms watching this event, and a lot of people in here do. You know all the history. You've been reading about it for the past several weeks. The heavyweight champion of the world comes into the ring. This is why we're here.
Spinks continued to look nervous during the introductions, while Tyson bounced around and paced up and down the ring. And when called into the center of the ring for the referee's final instructions, there was no eye contact between the pair.
All right, both of you touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Tyson attacked Spinks from the opening bell and landed a solid left hook to the head and a right hand to the body.
Michael Spinks, give him a little movement. Keep those hands high.
After being constantly pushed back, Spinks tried to slow Tyson down by clinching him a couple of times.
Tyson not afraid, as we expected, and Spinks ready to mix it up with him.
A minute into the contest, Tyson attacked Spinks along the ropes, and a left uppercut followed by a right hand to the body forced Spinks to take a knee.
Uppercut landed inside, and Spinks went down. It was the left uppercut.
I was surprised there was a body shot that put him to the canvas.
After Spinks took a count of 8, both men moved towards each other. Tyson rolled with a right hand from Spinks and responded with a left-right combination that landed flush on the jaw and put Spinks down again.
A right hand right on the chin.
6, 7, 8.
Spinks was unable to beat the count, and the fight was over after only 91 seconds.
He's not going to make it. It's all over.
All right, what happened? What was all the delay about before? Do you think Michael just didn't want this to get here this quick?
Well, I think he was trying to scrutinize with my brain and make me wait it out. But, I was getting upset. I wanted to go. I'm the kind of guy who just want to fight. Let's get in there and fight.
I'm in the dressing room with Tyson, and I'm looking to rattle this guy. I walk in, and he's punching, standing there. He and Rooney's putting something on. He's punching holes in the wall. I'm like to myself, oh no, this guy's getting ready to fight my guy, my little guy. And he's punching holes in the wall before he goes out to fight? Oh no.
He was sweating because he was wearing a shirt that time. He was overheating him.
He's just, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a Tyson fight. I mean, apart from when he went on his little bit of a, downward spiral. But if he'd have continued with a decent manager all the way through, he'd never ever have been beaten.
No. No, I think did he get into a few things that he shouldn't have done later in his career, not trained properly, and it's got to be something like that because he was just
when his manager died, wasn't it? Because his manager was also his adopted dad, wasn't it? So that sort of really hit him hard, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
He was hypnotised as a kid,
Really?
Yeah, and when he first started, like 12, 13, when he was, no, it was younger than that, I think, because he was knocking guys out when he was 13, wasn't he? He was being hypnotised to bring out the savage in him.
Right.
There was all types of techniques and stuff. I think he was designed to be a weapon, wasn't he?
He certainly was.
He's just absolutely, like I say, for me, he's the biggest sports person that's ever lived in my lifetime.
Really?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone bigger than him.
He's just completely unique, wasn't he? Boxing wise, the style, his technique. I've never seen anyone box like him before, ever.
No.
He's
that
just
power
the whole
as well,
package.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
I mean, it's just unbelievable.
In the heyday, I'd have him over anyone else in the weight class. Over anyone. They're not in the heyday. Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis.
High praise indeed. Somewhere.
Tyson Fury.
Good boxers there in the past.
I think the mentality is a big thing with Mike Tyson. It's just he wants to take souls. He wants to. You can tell he wants to hurt you. Just that face.
He intimidates people, but nobody would intimidate him.
I said to Lennox Lewis once that he wanted to eat his children.
I know.
He didn't even have kids at the time.
So Lennox was saying, what's the point in having if you're going to eat them?
So you want to eat my balls then? Is that what he says? If
Probably would have,
Hope the Manscapes discount code office blokes at the top.
Dear,
I just love him though, Tyson. Absolutely love him. There's nothing, I can't hear anything bad said about him.
Fair enough.
He's one of them.
He's an incredible boxer though, wasn't he? I mean, just absolutely unbelievable. The knockouts that he got, is it 20 odd in the first round?
22.
Yeah, incredible.
Fight, whatever it was.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah,
such a good boxer.
Brilliant. I love that. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. Don't forget, like and subscribe, please. Otherwise, I'm going to send Big Mike round. He'll make you press that button just by staring at you.
Iron Mike? Or Copper Mike?
Yeah, this Mike, yeah. Big Mike, yeah.
Lead Mike.
Make sure you know.
He'll be round at your house faster than you can say subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.